Hey, welcome back to the final video for the QuikVol series. We've talked about active expirations, historical, constant maturity, and front month, and the next one we're going to look at is the QuikSkew report. We're going to focus on the benchmark QuikSkew report as well as the QuikSkew detail. We're not going to cover the rank today, and since these are sort of in development, we're going to wait on these as well. So we'll cover this one and this one. So this is a powerful summary tool, because what we can really see is across all our benchmark products, we can start to look at and see where there's some potential opportunities given a certain period of time. Okay, so let's just explain what this is. So we're looking at, we have our ags, our energy, our rates, our indexes, our currencies, and our metals. All right, and we're looking at the front month future contract. We're looking at the 50 delta price and vol for, right now we're looking at the 30-day constant maturity, and we're looking at the 25 delta QuikSkew, which we could change to whatever we want. This is the current value, and we look at the average. These are the averages over 1 week, 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, all the way to 12 months. And then we see that there is a red and green color here. So these are, I'm going to highlight wheat but talk about corn, so we get the blue line underneath the corn as sort of a nice marker for us. So what this is saying is that if we've seen charts of QuikSkew over the course of these videos, but we haven't seen them represented as numbers to this point. But I'll explain what those mean now. So when you see a capital P, that means that it's the put, and a small p means it's a put as well. But the capital means that it's rich or more expensive than the at the money. Everything with QuikSkew is a relationship to the at the money. And again, it's percent of at the money. So this is 0.5%. So if corn were 100 vol, it's not. So the 25 delta put would be 100.5 volatility. So basically flat for the most part. So we take a percent of the at the money. So we're basically saying whatever you see next to the P or the C, you take that and you take that percentage of the at the money and you add that to the 25 delta put, and that's what the volatility would be. So we see that it's green, which means if we look across the board here, that's the richest it's been over any of the averages that we've seen for the period of times that we measured. And we see that the call is rich as well, because it's a capital C, but that's the lowest richness. 1.7 is lower than any of the averages that we see here. So right away, if we look at all of this together, our eyes can go to the reds and the greens and say, hey, the calls are rich here, and it's the richest they've been. The puts are cheap here, and it's the cheapest they've been, or vice versa. So you can get a lot of information right away from eyeballing this, and that's what the colors stand for. So we start trying to heat the colors to say, based on the averages, over all these averages, we're seeing highs and lows across the board. Okay, so that's really how to read this. Rich and cheap. Capital is rich, small is cheap. All right, so this is our benchmark reports, and right now these are the products we have. We may add products, and then we tried to make it so it was, because the report loads a little bit slowly, we tried to make it so we got what we needed out there that were the most active and responsiveness was the best. All right, so now if I want to dive into an individual one of these, let's jump into the WTI from here. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to the QuikSkew detail report for this product. So I'm going to click on it, and it's spinning, and it needs to load. It's a little bit, again, same thing like this report, these QuikSkew reports, because there's so much going on from a calculation standpoint, they're a little bit slow, and part of the slowness is because we're calculating all those averages over this period of time. If we didn't calculate the averages, the chart would just pop up, but we like to keep you'll see that the header table is a little bit more descriptive here than the single line that you're seeing across that's highlighted blue right now. So now there's our blue line that we saw, and with our averages, but now we're seeing some other information. We have, the 50 delta implied volatility. We see the current value, what the max was, what the min, and then we got the averages on this as well. Same thing for the 25 delta risk aversion, same thing for the 25 delta butterfly, just to give it some perspective in comparison to the QuikSkew. But we'll see here, just like we have seen, and we have 1 year worth of range here, okay? And we see here, just like we saw a switch, right, from calls being cheap to calls being rich, puts being puts being rich to puts being cheap, and as we've been talking about throughout all these videos. But these lines are, so this is 1 week in, 1 month in, 2 months in, 3 months in, 6 months in, 12 months. Okay, so that's what these measures are here. It's showing actually 9 months, 6 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, 1 week, 1 year. Okay, so we're seeing these. The lines are showing us where the averages are getting measured from. Okay, so this is a very solid report. You see the summary report here, and then the detail report back here on this tab. And like I said, we'll talk about the rank and some other stuff at another time. But you can change what expiration this is getting measured against here, from the 30 to 60 or any of the accounts and maturities that are available. You can change the delta, and you can also change the date range. And again, here's the QuikStrike summary report. So that's going to be the final report we change. I'm going to apologize a little bit in case you can hear it. It's pouring here, and that's the rain on the roof. So if you hear a little bit of background noise, that's what that is. But this is the final in our QuikVol series. So if you have any questions, always let us know. But hope you enjoy these videos, and we'll talk to you soon.